Hi everyone, my name is Piers Ridyard, CEO of RDX Works, and I'm here with Demi. How do I pronounce your surname? Bagby.
Bagby. What's up, y'all? It's Demi Bagby. We are here 2022 South by Southwest, and I'm about to interview this crypto expert right here. The goal today is to help explain you, the user, as well as me, a young, newly business entrepreneur, to help understand and articulate crypto to someone that isn't quite an expert. So hopefully I'm asking him some questions that you guys will understand. Let's do it.
That was an introduction. That you absolutely
Here we go. Let's do this. Okay, one. Explain crypto and why you think it's most advantageous going forward for the future and why people should get in it now.
That's a really good question. So like the early days of the internet and what the internet means now was typified by all of these tech people getting really geeky about like TCP/IP and all this kind of stuff, and it was like this insider tech that took ages to actually come to bear to create what we now see as like Instagram and Facebook and all this kind of stuff. And crypto's in that stage now. It's in like the early like geek phase where only really we're seeing the people who are excited about it, people who get excited about technology. However, the impact is going to be bigger, in my view, than the internet was, because what the internet is just information, and what we're talking about now is the opening of finance. And like, think of everything that is financial. The entire economy runs on finance. Every single transaction you do in your life is financial in some way. And what we're talking about is democratizing the ability to program financial products, the ability to organize people around things they care about. And that's going to apply not just to what we think of now as like governments, but also what we think of like movements. So if you think there's this concept called decentralized autonomous organizations, right, which is programs that can hold money themselves can now be put together for a cause. So like, we want to stop climate change, you can create a DAO for that. You want to stop plastic in the ocean, you can create a DAO for that. And suddenly you can create social movements that have finance as part of them. And I think that's going to fundamentally change the world in so many big and small ways. And that's why I think crypto is such an interesting thing to be part of, because right now, every single person in it matters. It's like the start of this movement that is going to change.
It's crazy.
Right.
It's so brand new.
Right.
So how do you pronounce Radix? Radix?
Yeah. Radix.
Radix,
yeah.
That's a sick name, first off. So I guess for those of you that are new to crypto like me, the question would be, one, which crypto do I get into? And two, why is Radix the best one to choose?
Oh, that's a great question. Okay, so one, which crypto do you get into? Like, everything, I think like...
how do you choose what crypto? Because there's so many, and when you're so new to it, you're like, I don't understand, I don't know where to put it. Obviously, when it comes to financials, like, you're in a position where you're like, okay, am I just tossing this money because I have no idea what's going on, right? Like, crypto is such an esoteric language to so many people right now.
Right.
So it's like, how can you kind of dip your feet into it, and why is Radix the best choice?
That's it. So great questions. The first is like, in anything, be careful about like actually understanding the things. Like, don't like, it's really easy just to get like sucked into the hype. Crypto's a super hypey industry, so there's lots of like pump and dump schemes. There's lots of ways in which you can get scammed because it's super early. So like, the best thing to do is like look at the team and what they're like, why they're doing it. What have they been in the industry for a long time? Have they been through a few boom and bust cycles? What's the like real motivations for building what they are? Because like, a lot of this is purpose driven. Like, a lot of people want this to change the world and improve people's lives. And is that true of what the team is doing, or is the team in it for a cash grab?
For sure.
Listen to what they're saying. Are they saying, if you buy this, it's going to 10x in the next month?
Yeah.
Or are they saying, if you get involved in our community, we might be able to do something?
With us.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's the number one thing. Is like, do you believe in the people, or are you being pulled in by the greed of what is being sold?
For sure.
And that applies to everything, I think, in investing. Is like,
and luckily too, because everything's on the blockchain, like, you can follow the history behind it.
Right.
So you're able to see the trends going with the crypto, obviously, and seeing if they're going for cash grabs or more just general growth overall for the actual currency.
Right, and go hang out in the communities. Like, see what the community is talking about. Is the community always talking about price, or are they talking about like the things that they're trying to build?
Yeah,
exactly.
I love that.
And Radix, like for me, like, why should you pick Radix? Like, we think we're the only platform that has designed our technology future back, right? We believe fundamentally the entire global financial system will move to public ledgers, right? Because making it open permissionless system for finance makes so much more sense than this like weird closed system that we have at the moment in banking.
For sure.
But if you're going to have $400 trillion on top of this, there's some like pretty important features that you want to be true. You want like that to be safer than anywhere else to put your money. So security and safety's got to be implicit in how you design.
So is Radix worldwide currently?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Isn't that such a cool thing? Like, there's such a new advanced technology, but the whole world's like in on it. Like, that's unfathomable in a sense. Like, everyone's kind of on the same page, and that's kind of how you know that the future's going that way, because it's not just like a fad in a specific country. Like, everyone's kind of understanding it and leading into it a little bit more.
Right.
So I think that's super unique. Okay, so crypto can be a little bit confusing at times for some people, right? But it's way more fun to hear from someone with an accent. Am I right? Like, he's British, and it just makes it sound way more interesting. And like, he sounds really smart. I mean, he already is, but now it's like you had an accent, and now, woo, genius. So I would say, why did you start Radix, and what's your favorite part about it? And from a consumer standpoint, give me the, like, that, this is it.
Yeah, that's, so like, I got involved with Radix after it was founded. So the guy who founded it, Dan, is this like, he's from like a proper industrial town in the UK. So like, think of it like Detroit or something like that. And he's like one of the most genuine and like humble people I've ever met. Like, super hard upbringing, taught himself to code when he was like 5 years old. Like literally like one of the hardest lives I've ever come across, but like just so determined to do something impactful for the world, do something that can actually, and saw an opportunity in what this technology represented, but all of the flaws that were there in like how Bitcoin is made, how Ethereum is made, and that, like, he inspired me as someone who was in this industry. You need to be a polymath. You have to like have interest in economics and finance and law and technology and computer science and mathematics, and like it has to all come together. And you only occasionally meet these people that are like that. And so I got super inspired to join Dan. And for me, like, this concept of every person's dollar, every person's money should be equal. Not necessarily that the outcomes of your investing is going to be equal, because you may, choose bad investments or different investments, but your dollar shouldn't be prejudiced based on who you are or where you live in the world, right?
For sure.
Like, every single person should have the same opportunity for growth in their personal finances, and that this, for me, felt like the best technology way in which that could actually come about, and like,
and way faster and sooner than we'd expect, right? Like, I would have never thought that'd come in our like generation, right? Like during our lifetime. Right,
and like, and the financial inclusion in the world, like $400 trillion only represents like something like 15% of the global population. So what happens if we actually manage to pull more people in and like create greater dynamic, financial opportunities for people, opportunities saved? Like, think of the kind of people who can't have bank accounts, who just keep money under their mattress, and if like their house burns down or something, suddenly their life savings are gone. But now you can create this international system that people can keep that money safe and also have an opportunity to grow it in the same way that like a hedge fund manager has, or like something like that. So I think that's what really has always inspired me about it.
So can you find Radix on Coinbase, or is that not
yet?
Not,
not yet.
So okay,
it will be soon. So
coming
like,
soon.
so like when we're a new layer 1 protocol, so we're a new protocol, and integrating into exchanges takes a long time. So so like that's ongoing. You can get us on Bitfinex, you can get us on KuCoin, you can get us on Gate, but like Coinbase is like the mecca of crypto. Like that's where
hey, we shoot for the moon over here.
Absolutely.
All right. Hey, that's awesome. I'll be the first person on Coinbase to buy Radix coins.
Thank you very much.
That's awesome. So, last but not least, one, you're absolutely incredible. I came to South by Southwest to have intellectual conversations with inspiring humans, and I met this amazing gentleman, and so far, I'm having a great time. He's super smart, super knowledgeable. I was super fortunate to sit with him last night for about an hour and ask every question. So I hope that you guys do your own research and ask all the questions to understand crypto a little bit better. And first and foremost, Radix, and getting it before it's even on Coinbase, because if you get it early, we're all going to win together. So thank you so much for your time. You're awesome. We're going to Switzerland to go snowboarding, so I'll see you in part 2 of this interview. But that's a recap for South by Southwest. Appreciate you watching, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you so much for coming.